Oyun kanalından herkese selamlar dostlar. Yeni bir Highlight bölümüne hepiniz hoş geldiniz. Bakalım bu bölümde nelerle karşılaşacağız hep beraber göreceğiz. Şimdiden iyi seyirler diliyorum. Videomuza geçelim. En son burayı açmıştık galiba, yanlış hatırlamıyorsam.
When she was younger, she would lay in the grass and stare at the clouds. And there she saw them. Elusive, shifting faces. After a while, she could see the faces everywhere. In the trees, the mountains, caves.
Ne suratı be? Ben surat görmüyorum. Bu arada arkadaşlar, bu sefer hani oyunun en başına dönmek yerine ileriye doğru devam ediyoruz. Bu da güzel, o kadar haritayı tekrardan geri dönmesi var bir de.
I wonder, can you see the faces too?
Onları görmek istersen görebilirsin diyor. Nasıl göreyim ya?
If you look for them.
Şaşırmış bu. Onu görüyoruz.
Senua, you have the sight.
Oğlum bu bulut değil ki lan, bildiğin kaya.
Once you can see into the underworld. The underworld and all the souls within it will see you. Don't be afraid when they speak to you. I will always be here to guide you.
Did you see her? That was her mother, Galina. She was a priestess, a healer. She taught Senua to see the weave that binds the world together. And it was beautiful.
Bulut lan.
It was a time before the darkness. But when it did come, it first came for her mother. Senua still sees her face from time to time, hidden in the world. Like she's still watching over her. She misses her so much.
Evet, tipik bir şekilde gene geriye dönüyoruz galiba. Buraları geçmiştik. Evet. Gene kapıların en başına dönüyoruz. Ya bari bir portal falan yapsaydın, ışınlansaydık direkt. Niye bu kadar koşturuyorsun bizi ya?
With the mark of Valravan and the mark of Surt, you may cross the bridge over the River of Knives to Helheim.
The Northmen say that in the beginning there was nothing but darkness, bitter cold to the north, fiery hot to the south. They say the cold formed ice, which melted from the sparks from the south. The power of the darkness gave life to the dripping ice, and the first giant was born, and was named Ymir. The ice continued to drip, and the power of the void gave life to it, and it became a cow, whose milk fed the giant. That's right, a cow. Bet you weren't expecting that.
Ne sanması lan? Aynı şeyi söyleyip duruyorsun. Evet, bu kapı açılmış bu arada.
Why is she waiting? Open the gate. Open the gate. No, it's dangerous. It's dangerous. Don't open the gate. Don't. She's done it.
Şimdiki düşmanımız da karanlık mı yoksa?
It's so dark. It's dark. The darkness.
Only the dead may cross.
Only the dead may cross it.
Bunun da ölüden bir farkı yok ki. Niye geçemesin?
Truth? Anyone?
There is no one here but me.
Not you.
Did you think that I would let you go? That you lost me back in the wilds? I will never let you go. You can't get rid of me. I am your shadow. And I will be watching when you draw your last dying gasp.
I'm not ready to die.
You will be when you see what they did to your dear beloved. In this waking nightmare, where all dreams come true, you searched for control, a way to pull through. When you were in love, you left him in tears, to smother your furies and banish your fears. But in darkness they came, through stormy black seas they raided these shores. Do you still hear his screams? And now that you're home, he's so far away. They've taken his soul. To these gods you cannot pray. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through his darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. You fought for love unspoilt by your darkness within. You fought for your dreams. Now
Yazık
there's no
la.
way to win. In the head of his
Vallahi
bones
acıdım
lies
şimdi ha.
the seat of his soul. So you must carry his vessel to bring him back home. They can break you, but not your promise. Even death won't keep you apart. Through this darkness you will find him. In your sword still beats a heart. The darkness touched you. Everyone could see it in the hollows of your eyes. A gaze averted from life. You ran from it but brought it nearer. led it to him. An endless suffering, worse than death. And you wanted to surrender, abandon and to find peace with the gods. No. The darkness won't allow it. So you will walk into the lair of the beast. Look it in the eye, and you will go to war.
Ver gazı be.
This
Yürü
is
be.
your mission.
Kim tutar seni?
This is your quest. There is nothing else left.
Evet, başlıyoruz.
The gods made you a warrior for a reason. It's your calling. Why suffer the past when there is a new road ahead? The only one that makes sense.
Bu kadar mıydı ya? Kolay.
Every gate you open into darkness brings another challenge.
Oha lan.
Quickly, get up!
Kalk 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 kalk.
She's injured. She can still do it.
Oha.
Anticipate your moves. Close. Him.
Bu biraz daha iyiydi.
The journey to Helheim is never a straight one. Each must find their own path. Align yourself to its secrets, and you will find yours.
It's it. Look for it.
Birincisi tamam.
However you come to the gold-covered bridge that leads to hell, you may find it guarded by a giantess. She will ask your name, she will ask your lineage, she will ask your business.
Şimdi oldu.
Gate. It's opening.
Who is it? It's coming.
That song again.
Is it? Is it? Is it?
It's Hela.
Yes, the source of the darkness. It's coming. This is your moment.
O ne lan?
I'm sorry. I can't watch this.
What are you doing? You're showing weakness. You're not a warrior. You're a disgrace. The gods will punish you for this. Pick up the sword. Pick it up. Fight the darkness. Fight it.
She's scared. She's scared.
Get up. Get up. Get up and fight.
Onunla mı savaşacakmışız biz şimdi?
Stormy seas and lost souls. She's dreamt of this before. They say dreams are visions of our memories, thoughts and fears, as seen by our inner eye. But what if each one of us is always dreaming, even when awake, and we only see what our inner eye creates for us. Is this what hell is? A world shaped by Senua's nightmares. Maybe that's why people feared seeing the world through her eyes. Because if you believe that Senua's reality is twisted, you must accept that yours might be too.
You failed the gods. You're pathetic. Rotten. Cursed. What were you thinking? Did you really think you could win? How stupid can you be?
So stupid.
Everyone hates her. She's cursed.
The shadow.
Look at you. A warrior. Worthless. Weak. Pathetic. Go on. Feel sorry for yourself, because there is no one left to do that for you.
Everywhere. You failed. What's that?
Take it. If you're too much of a coward to fight, then end the suffering. Broken and lost. Just like your soul.
Come on. There.
Why go on when you give everything and face that which torments you, only to find that it is worse than you could have imagined? Why go on? Is it really so weak to ask this? Or are we just so afraid of the honest answer that we do not dare pose the question? Sometimes the answer lies in a memory, a feeling, a song.
It's not real. It's a trick. It's not real. It is real. Listen to it.
Don't give up.
Did it? It's not
Like this.
It's not real. It is real. It's a trick. Don't trust it. Maybe you're already dead.
Who are you?
Do you still believe in me, Shannon?
No, it's
Enough.
It's a trick. It's a trick. He's already dead. He can't be here. It's impossible.
Come to me. Please.
The light. Go towards the light. It's him. There he is. It can't be him. It's just a trick. It's in your mind.
No, he's here.
It's in your mind.
It's real. It's happening.
Go towards it. There it is. You're imagining this. It's Dillian. He's gone. You were too slow. How could you? Keep going. How could you? Keep going. Ignore the pain. I told you it was to trick you. I told you. Where are you going?
Koş 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 koş. Yakalarsın koş.
Before she first met him, she was not in a good place. Just a teenager, but not like the others. Barely functioning, she rarely left the house. Her father, Zinbel, made sure of that. Only occasionally did she venture out on her own, collecting firewood and herbs. Errands out in the Orkney Plains. That was her world. Like this one. Barren, and lonely.
Bu mu yalan dünya?
It's already disappeared. Nothing lives here, not even you. It's in your mind. You think you can see it, but it's in your mind.
Where's the tree?
There he was,
Where is it?
the lone figure of a boy.
He's there, under the tree.
Saw play under the shade of a tree.
See him? You have to.
She remembers the first time she saw him.
He's there.
To her young eyes, he moved as if dancing, and the world danced with him. The gloom lifted. For the first time in years, she felt a ray of hope.
Is Sigmund. His father's hall was built around a great tree, and one day Odin comes and thrusts a sword into the tree, a gift to whomever can release it. Many try, but the sword only comes out with Sigmund's touch. His brother. Death for Sigmund and his brothers seems certain. But the king's wife is Sigmund's sister, and she begs for mercy and implores the king to chain them up instead. He agrees. Not for mercy, though, but because he plans an even more cruel and lingering death. Chained to a tree in the forest that night, a she-wolf comes and devours one of Sigmund's brothers. She returns, ravenous, night after night, until only Sigmund is left. The next day, Sigmund's sister sends a servant with honey to smear on Sigmund's face. But to what end? As the she-wolf licks the sweet honey from Sigmund's face, he bites the wolf's tongue. The she-wolf pulls away, but Sigmund holds on. The chains break, and he is free. After his escape, Sigmund lives like us, hidden in the forest. His enemy, King Siggeir, believing him dead, as his sister plots revenge. And for vengeance to succeed, even the great Sigmund needs help. So she sends her sons to him. But their blood is weak and corrupted, and they're put to death by Sigmund. So his sister hatches a new plan, one that is cold.
Wishing those fleeting moments of light would stretch out to last forever.
Sigmund's sister trades shapes with a sorceress, and in disguise, she lies with her own brother. She gives birth to a son named Sinfjotli. After a time, she sends him to the forest to Sigmund. He tests the boy and finds him strong.
Yılan hikayesine döndürecek hikayeleri.
Where is she going? What is she following? You can't even find.
It's just deception.
How does he so effortlessly court the world and bliss? If only she could do the same. See the world through eyes anew and dance with it, just like he does.
What's your name?
Senua.
I haven't seen you before.
I don't leave home much.
Oh, Zeno's daughter.
I have to go.
Wait. Who taught you to fight like that?
No one.
No one?
Well, I watched you, and
You learnt all of that from watching me? You should become a warrior, you know.
me?
I'm Dillian. I'm here for the warrior trials. Just come and watch. And bring your sword.
You can't put it into words. That moment when you look into the eyes of the one who is supposed to reassure you, make you feel safe. It only takes an instant. Fear swallows you before you have a chance to make sense of it. And darkness becomes a part of who you are.
You killed him.
But her world changed the day the Northmen took him from her. Senua knows that there's no going back to how things were. That there's nothing to go back to at all.
Stay still, stay quiet, hide, don't tell her.
Their gods can see into your mind. They will use this power to destroy you.
They won't stop me. I can still feel him.
Whatever's left of him, they will never let him go.
I'm not gonna let him rot here.
You're the one rotting here.
Leave me alone.
You will die here.
No.
And all your suffering will have been for nothing.
Kafayı yedirttiniz kıza da.
Dillian? Is that you? I'll find you, my love. I promise.
That tree. Can you see him? You want to believe it. Is he not real? Is he there? You're alone in these mountains. Is that Dillian? Nothing lives here. You won't survive. You met him by the tree. She met him by the tree. Maybe it's a sign, the tree. What's he trying to tell you? He's waiting for you by the tree. Take it. A sword. Take it. Dillian left it for you. Take it. Take it. Take it. It's a trick. It's a trick. It's ending. It's coming from there. Where's it coming from? She's studying something.
What's happening?
Senua, imagine a sword that can slay gods. Its name is Gram. It was forged by the god of all Northmen, Odin, and gifted to Sigmund, a great warrior.
I need this sword. It's important. Can you help me?
The sword appears whole, but it is an illusion. It shattered into shards long ago. It is said a great warrior can reforge Gram by answering the trials of Odin, one for each shard. The roots of the Tree of Death will take you to new lands where you will face the trials.
Go to the shards. Go to the shard. Go to the shards. What's the shard? Find it.
It's the metal runestones.
Where is it? Find it. There it is. Focus. Where's the shard? Focus. Focus. Use your eyes. Look.
Güzel bir kılıcımız
A
olacak
king
yani.
in the north forced the dwarves to make a sword that would never fail and never rust, and that would slice through iron and stone and bring victory to its bearer. But the angry dwarves cursed it. It would be the death of a man every time it was drawn, and it would be the death of the king. Let me tell you about the sword Tyrving.
I don't recognize this place. Where are we? Where is she? It feels wrong.
Where are we now? Burial mound. So strange that we go to such lengths to bury death. Something so very ordinary, inevitable. It's as if we conspire to hide death, because we have no answer for it. But when it comes and forces itself onto our friends or loved ones, then comes the reckoning.
Dead in the air. You can feel the dead. Why would he do this? Turn back. Why would he bring her here? It's not safe here. Why would he do something so dangerous? It can't be. He would never bring you here. Dillian would never do. Go in there. Go in. You have to go in. Take the torch. It's too dark. Take it. This will help you. Careful. You have to be able to see.
Who's there?
Dillian, I'm here. I'm here for the trials. Like when we first met, remember? I'll find him.
Don't touch the walls. You don't know what they might do. Turn back. What's that? Did you hear that? Nothing. Was that voices? Is that his voice or the voice of the dead? Not Dillian. Dillian's called.
I can hear him.
Where is he? He sounds like he's getting further away. Have you lost him? You're going.
Senua, you remind me of a story that the Northmen tell about a young woman warrior. Her name is Hervor, the daughter of a berserker, born after he was killed. She's a wild, willful child who teaches herself to fight with weapons. When she learns where her father is buried, her only desire is to reclaim the treasure buried with him, but above all, the sword, Tyrving.
Find another way. It's not working. You have to use your mind. Where can you go? You're failing. Find another way. Think. Focus. Use your mind. Where's he gone? He's disappeared. You let him slip through your fingers once again. You don't recognize it? Don't doubt yourself. You'll never find it. She doesn't recognize it. Yes, you do. You know where you are. She doesn't. Listen for his voice. Listen. Dillian, where are you? Listen for his voice. Dillian. Does everything look the same? It all looks the same. Something's different. Look for clues. What is it? What's different? There's a clue. Look. Light the torch. Light it. Look for the torch. Light it. Help you. What can you see? It'll help you see. It's not him. It's not him. We told you. We told you it was a trick. Doesn't sound like Dillian. What's happening?
Quiet.
It's not him.
He wants me to find him. I'm lost without him.
That's not Dillian. That doesn't sound like Dillian. It's in there. What's in there? What is it? A secret room. There are bars. How do you
It's not Dillian.
Where are we?
She has no idea.
We're going round in circles.
You have fallen in.
You think that sound is Dillian's voice? It's a trap. It's not the same.
It looks the same.
Something's different. Look for clues.
What is it?
What's different?
There's a clue. Look. Let her think. No. No, don't let her think. In space. She just needs... No. She doesn't.
Think, don't listen to them.
She needs us. She needs us to help her.
Think clearly. What do you need to do?
She needs us. What do you do? We need to tell her what to do.
You'll last forever.
What are you going to do when the torch runs out?
You'll wander around until it gets dark, and then what will you do?
Will you save yourself?
There's nothing will come to claim you again.
Nothing you can do. Nothing.
Hervor disguises herself as a man to join a band of warriors, and soon becomes their leader. When they come to the island where her father is buried, her men do not want to go ashore. They say that evil haunts the island, and that it is a worse place by day than other places are by night. Fearless, she lands alone. There are many grave mounds, and all of them have ghostly flames burning over them. She comes to the grave mound of her father after passing through these ghostly fires, as though they were mist. The flames are...
Buradan nasıl çıktık ki biz? Sanırım bulduk. Evet, belamızı bulduk.
Dillian wants me to face my fears. Father? I'm leaving. I've decided. I think it will be good for me.
It's the darkness. It's speaking through
No,
you.
Dad, it's me. I think I can beat it. In my own way.
I can see the darkness in your eyes, child.
I met a boy.
Boy.
The chieftain's son.
No.
He's said he could help me.
It's a trick.
He said I could be normal.
Normal?
Yes.
No boy is going to save you. No one can. When they see the rot growing inside you,
No.
they will turn their back on you. The gods can only fix you through my hand. You're going nowhere.
No.
You will not defy the gods. Come, child, take my hand. Come.
Önce vuruyor.
I am
Sonra da
leaving.
tutuyor. Nasıl bir manyaksın sen ya?
You cannot escape the darkness. Your curse will make everyone suffer. You will have blood on your hands!
It's done. You did it, but there's more. I'm going. There's more. You're tired, but you have to keep going. There's still more. There's always more to do. It's not
Evet
going to
arkadaşlar,
be
bu
easy.
bölümü de burada sonlandıralım. Video çok daha uzun olmasın. Bundan sonraki videoyu
It's too much.
kaldığımız yerden aynı şekilde devam ettireceğiz. Videolarımı beğeniyorsanız beğeni butonuna basmayı, yorum yapmayı ve kanalıma abone olmayı unutmayın arkadaşlar. Kendinize iyi bakın. Hoşçakalın.